Hello student, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss new topics of the animal kingdom and those concepts which make the foundation of the animal kingdom. So today we are discuss the topics. First one is the body plan, second one is the segmentation, and third one is the skeleton, and fourth one is the germ layers, and fifth one is the Coelom. So now first we take the body plan of the animal kingdom and the animals. So we will take the first body plan. Now let's begin the first topic, the body plan. Now let's begin and talk about the body plan. So the body plan refers to the actually body plan of the animals, how the digestive system of animal is organized and maintained, and how the other different organs are situated, how they are long and how they are small. So these are the discussed in the body plan. Animals have so animal shows three different types of a body plan. So basically, animal shows three types of a body plan. First one is the cell aggregate plan. Cell aggregate plan. Second one is blind sac plan. Third one is tube within tube body plan. So first of all, we will learn about the cell aggregate plan. In this case, the body is just aggregate of a cell. In this case, the body plan of the animal is simple aggregation of cells. And example cell aggregation का sponges. In the phylum Porifera. In this plan, here the animals are the multicellular. The multicellular organism, it made the tissue or organ level body plan. It means those animals which have only a single pore for their intake of food and through take out of the food, only a simple pore. This kind of the body plan, it is called as blind sac plan. And the example of the body sac plan is platyhelminthes. Now we discuss the next body plan. This is tube within tube body plan. In this type of the body plan, animals have two tubes. First tube is formed by the body wall and the second tube is formed by the digestive tract of the animals. And this type of the plan have two openings. This type of the plan, those animals which contain tube within tube plan, they have two types of opening. First one is the interior side of the body of the animal for intake of the food, and the second opening for the second opening which is located in the posterior side of the body for egestion and digestion of food. You getting my point? So firstly, we will discuss the body plan, and it animal shows three types of the body plan. First one is the cell aggregate plan, which is a simple, which This type of the body plan cell aggregate simply. And the second type of the body plan, which is blind sac body plan, and the third type of the body plan, the tubule within tube body plan. Within tube body plan, it has two types of it contains two types of body plan. The first is the protostomes and the second is deuterostomes. So firstly we write protostomes and the second deuterostomes. So firstly we discuss the protostome. Proto means the word proto means first and stomes mean mouth. So we can say in the protostome, firstly, proto means first and stomes mean mouth. In this type of the plant which have the protostome, in this body plan, firstly make the mouth of the animal and then it is followed by the anus. So the example of the protostomes is platyhelminthes, annelids, molluscus, and fourth is helminthes. So these are the phylum in the animal kingdom which contain the protostome. So simply proto means first and stomes means mouth. So now we take the next. The second one is the deuterostomes. It is as simple as protostomes. Deutero means second. Deutero means second, as we explain. Stomes mean, and then the stomes mean mouth. In deuterostomes organism, deutero means second and the stomes mean mouth. This deutero organism, firstly embryo make the anus and after form the anus in the embryo, it is followed the mouth. So we can say firstly form the anus in the embryo and secondly form the mouth. This type of the those organisms which contain deuterostomes and the phylum which have the deuterostomes. Example is Echinodermata, Chordata. Complete the first topic, which is the body plan. Now I take the second topic, which is germ layer. What is germ layer? In the germ layer, the layer of the gastrula, which is make the different part of the body of animal. So on the basis of the layer, on the basis of the number of the layer, categorized into two parts. The first one is the diploblastic and the second one is the triploblastic. So first we take the diploblastic. First is ectoderm and second is endoderm. These are two layers which is found in the diploblastic animal. First is ectoderm layer and the second one is the endoderm layer. And between these two layers, the firstly found the non-cellular layer which is known as the mesoglea. Between these two layers, found a non-cellular layer which is known as mesomelia. And the example of the diploblastic animal is the primitive type. The firstly, so we can say the first is Porifera, second is Colentrata, and third one is the Ctenophora, which contain the diploblastic layer. Example of diploblastic is Colentrata and Ctenophora. And Ctenophora. दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ डिप्लोब्लास्टिक किसको बोलते हैं those animals which contain diploblastic type of it has two layers which is ectoderm and the second is the endoderm. Between these two layers found a non-cellular layer which is known as the mesoglea. And the example of the diploblastic is the Colentrata and the Ctenophora. Now I take the second type of the germ layer which is known as triploblastic because of the number of the layers found in triploblastic. Now I explain the second type of the germ layer which is triploblastic. इसके नाम के अकॉर्डिंग जैसे इसका नाम है ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक so it contains three type of the layer which is that is three type of the layer endoderm ectoderm and the third one is mesoderm. These three layers which is found in the triploblastic animal and these three of them make the body of the animal and all the body parts of the animal triploblastic and the endoderm ectoderm and mesoderm three of them make the body parts of the animal body. And the example of the triploblastic animal is platyhelminthes, it is ascahelminthes, it is annelids, it is molluscus, it is echinodermata, it is chordata, and so on the phylums of the animals. And it is the mammals. So the example of a triploblastic animal, it is platyhelminthes, ascahelminthes, annelids, molluscus, arthropoda, to last mammals. So I complete the second topic, which is germ layer. On the basis of the number of the layer, it contains two types of the layer, which is diploblastic and the triploblastic. The gastrula layer, which make the all body part of the animal. Now I take the third topic, which is segmentation. As the topic of the segmentation simply means segment the division of the body of the into segments. So in this segment, it has four types of segment. Firstly is metameric segment, which is also known as true segment. Second is internal segment. Third one is external segment. And the last is pseudometric segmentation, which is also known as false segment. So it contains four types of segment. First is metameric segment. The second is internal segment. Third one is external segment, and fourth one is a pseudometric segment, which is also known as false segment. So I take first is metameric segment. Metameric segmentation. In the metameric segmentation, the body of the animal is segmented or divided into the externally or internal. Body segmented by internally and externally. An example of this type of a metameric segment, it is annelids. The phylum Annelid. Segment is pseudometric segment. In pseudometric segment, the segment of the body, the segment of the animal body, which is not formed by the embryo. So it is known as the pseudometric segmentation, which is also known as false segmentation. And the example of the pseudometric segmentation is platyhelminthes. Phylum of the animal it is platyhelminthes, and the example of the platyhelminthes is tapeworm. So here in pseudometric segmentation, segment of the body it is not formed by embryo. Example of pseudometric segmentation phylum of animal it is platyhelminthes. tapeworm. Now the example of the external and internal segmentation. External segmentation example, it is external segmentation is found in arthropoda, and internal segmentation is found in chordata. Now I complete the third topic, which is segmentation. It consists the different type of the segmentation. First is the metameric segmentation. Second is the pseudometric segmentation. Third one is external segmentation, and fourth one the internal segmentation. Now I take the fourth topic, which is coelom. So the fourth topic is the coelom. Coelom is the space between coelom is the space which is found in the between wall of the body and the gut. The space found between the ball of the body and the gut. It is known as coelom, and it is also called as a cavity which is found between these walls. So in the coelom, three type of the coeloms. First is the acoelomates, and the second is the pseudocoelomates. Third one is the pseudo. Third one is the coelomates, which is known as eucoelomates, and eucoelomates, true coelomates. And it in the coelomate, it is also categorized into three parts. The first one is the schizocoelom, second is enterocoelom, third one is hemocoelomates. So first of all, I take the first one is the acoelomate. Are those animals, acoelomates are those animals which animal did not have any kind of cavity which is found between the space of the body wall and the gut wall. Getting my point? Acoelomate, those animals which does not have any kind of cavity or coelom in the space between body wall and gut wall. The example of the acoelomate is porifera sponges. Second is coelenterata. Third is ctenophora. Now the second coelom is pseudocoelomates. In pseudocoelomates, the animal which have mesoderm is found in a small pouches, not between the ectoderm and the endoderm. It is known as pseudocoelomates animal. Mesoderm is found in the form of pouches or packets between ectoderm and endoderm. Example of pseudocoelomate, it is SK helminths. and it is also known as eucoelomates. In coelomates, in this type of coelom, the body cavity is arise from the mesoderm. The body cavity arise from the mesoderm. And pseudocoelomate, it's further categorized into three: cytocoelomates and pterocoelomate. So first, coelomates is further categorized into three parts. So first of all, we take the first one is schizocoelom. Schizocoelom. This schizocoelom is formed when the mesoderm is split into sheaths. Cytocoelom, it is formed by the when the mesoderm split into the sheaths. When the mesoderm split into sheaths, form the schizocoelom. And the example of the schizocoelomate, it is annelid, molluscus, and arthropoda. And the example of schizocoelom, it is annelids, molluscus, and arthropoda. Schizocoelom, it is formed by the when the mesoderm splits into the sheaths. Now I take the second coelomate, which is enterocoelom. The second type of the coelomate, it is enterocoelom. In enterocoelom, the mesoderm arises from the wall of embryonic gut as a hollow outgrowth and form the coelom. And the example of the enterocoelom, it is echinodermata and the chordata. What I can say, the mesoderm arise from the wall of the embryonic gut as a outer growth and form the coelom. Example of enterocoelom is echinodermata and chordata. So now I discuss the third type of the coelom, which is hemocoelom. Is hemocoelomates. In this type of the animal, which is hemocoelomates, where the true coelom get reduced. The true coelom get reduced, and the space which is made by the coelom, which is reduced, is filled by the blood. So their name, it is called as hemocoelomate. The example of the hemocoelomate is arthropoda and molluscus. The phylum of the arthropoda and the molluscus, true coelom get reduced and filled by the blood. So their name, it is known as hemocoelom. And the example of the hemocoelom is arthropoda and the molluscus. Now I cover the fourth topics. Now I cover the fourth topic of the animal kingdom. It is the coelom, and which is coelom. And I start the next is fifth topic, which is skeleton. Is skeleton. In the skeleton give which provide the animal framework of the animal body, which protect the animal body and give the shape of the animal body. So skeleton, it simply means the framework of the animal body, which provide the shape of the animal and the protection to the animal. So it is simply framework of the animal body, which provide shape of the body for the animal and protection to the animal. So the skeleton, it is categorized into two types on the basis of their position. So on the basis of their position, firstly is the first one is the exoskeleton, which is found the outside of the animal body, and the second is endoskeleton, which is found the inside of the animal body, which is hard. So first is endoskeleton, and second is exoskeleton. So firstly, we will take the endoskeleton. So the first is the endoskeleton. Endoskeleton means that is hard structure or bone found inside the animal body. It is endoskeleton, and the example of the endoskeleton it is bone which is found in the humans inside the body. Now I take the second exoskeleton, which is found outside of the animal body. So the example of the endoskeleton, bones which is present inside the body as humans. Now I take the second exoskeleton. The type of skeleton is exoskeleton, which is present outside the body of animal. It is different type of like calcareous shell in molluscus, epidermis scales in reptiles, feather in birds, and hair, nail, claws, horns in mammals are come under the exoskeleton, which is found outside the animal body. So here we will complete the five topics of animal kingdom, which are the foundation of the animal classification and the animal kingdom. So thank you so much, and please share the video and like and subscribe the my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.